Hello students, today we are going to start a new topic for class 9th. The topic is motion. I am Sakshi Mathur, your science teacher. So let's start the video. Concept of motion. What is the motion concept? How do we understand this term motion? Like in this picture, you can see that a school bus is there and some students are sitting in the bus with their school bags. And if we see at the outer environment, we have plants, we have trees, we have people walking on the road, some children are cycling on the road. So ये सब हमको दिख रहा है इस पिक्चर के अंदर. Now we are here to understand the concept of motion. Bus is going towards the school, right? Now if this child who is sitting inside the bus looks at her school bag which is present inside the bus, अगर ये चाइल्ड अपने स्कूल बैग को देखती है जो बस के अंदर रखा हुआ है, then the bag is stationary to the child. Stationary means the bag is not moving, the bag is in a still position, it is at one place. एक ही जगह पर है बैग मूव नहीं कर रहा है. तो इस बच्चे के लिए बैग is not moving, bag is not in motion, bag is stationary, right? Now when the same child sees outside from the window, she sees that the trees are there, the children are walking on the road, the children are cycling on the footpath, and some people are walking on the road. इस बच्चे के लिए as the bus is moving, the trees, the children who are outside, the people who are outside, the buildings, the poles, they are moving, right? They would see that the trees, buildings and poles of electricity are found to be in motion, right? I am talking about the child who is sitting inside the bus. इस बच्चे के लिए इसका बैग जो है जो बस में रखा हुआ है, that is stationary, and the things which are outside, that is poles, buildings, trees, friends outside the bus, they all are in motion. Now if I talk about this child who is outside the bus and just looking at the bus, for this child the school bag which she is seeing from the road is moving, right? She observes that the school bag is in motion because according to her observation, according to her point of way of seeing, the bus is moving, therefore the friends are also moving and the bag is also moving from one place to another. But according to her, the trees, the buildings, the poles are not at all moving, right? They are in a still position. So the body, whether it is in motion or stationary, हम कब किसी बॉडी को या कब हम किस चीज़ को मोशन कहेंगे कि ये मोशन में है या फिर ये स्टेशनरी है, when it depends on the position of the observation. It depends on the position from where the observer is looking, because in the previous picture we see that the two observers were at different places. एक बच्चा बस के अंदर था और एक बच्चा बस के बाहर था. That is why the position were different, and then therefore they were seeing the objects or the body in motion or some were in stationary. So one important thing that you need to understand, that the body, whether it is in motion or stationary, depends on the position of the observation. Fine. Now let's understand few terminologies which are very important in term of motion when we study motion. First is distance. Distance is also called as path length. Don't get confused between path length and distance. They both are the same. Let's understand the definition and then we will understand it accordingly with the help of a diagram. The definition always says distance. Distance means the length of the path. The other name already states the definition, path length. लेंथ ऑफ द पाथ ऑफ द मोशन ऑफ एन ऑब्जेक्ट ड्यूरिंग अ गिवन पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पीरियड के अंदर एक जो बॉडी है वो उसने कितना डिस्टेंस, उसने कितना लेंथ कवर करा है, is called distance or the path length. Second word which comes under this topic is displacement. Now what is displacement? In given time interval, मतलब कि एक particular time period के अंदर position of a body in given direction changes. When a body changes from initial position to final position, that is called as displacement. You can see the picture. It is very clear that distance, if you want to measure distance, then you need to know about where the body has moved. But if I talk about displacement, it only considers the initial point and the final point. They do not worry about the middle places. Fine. Let's understand this with the help of a simple example. Now, a very great example I have planned for you, that how to learn the distance and the displacement of a body. Like suppose this is the distance which a car has to cover. Now, suppose a car is moving in the direction of x-axis. This is the horizontal axis, the car is moving, and this is point A. The car starts at point A and at time t1. T1 is the time period at point A. Now the car moves to point B in time t2. I am again repeating, एक कार है जो point A से start हुई t1 time period पर और point B पर जाके पहुंची है t2 time period पे. Fine. Now the car again returns back and comes to point C in time t3. First position point A, starting position, then it goes to point B, and then it again comes to point C in time t1, t2 and t3 respectively. I hope this is understood by all of you. Now, the question which we need to understand about the distance and displacement जो हमको पढ़ना है वो कैसे समझेंगे हम इससे. Now if you want to know the distance traveled by the car, कि what, like how much distance the car has traveled, how much distance the car has covered, so what do you need? AB. Now what is AB? This length. First distance जो कार ने cover किया था A से point A से point B तक. Fine, उसे हम बोलेंगे length of path A to B. इसको हम measure कर लेंगे, right? डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल बाय कार पूछा है, दैट मीन्स कार ने कितना डिस्टेंस कवर करा है, और सेकंड कार पहुंची थी वापस पॉइंट बी से पॉइंट सी तक, राइट? दैट इज लेंथ ऑफ पाथ बी टू सी. आई होप दिस इज क्लियर. वेरी सिंपल. डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल बाय कार इज ए टू बी एंड पॉइंट बी टू सी. दिस इज वेरी इजी. हाउ टू फाइंड डिस्टेंस? कार ने कितना डिस्टेंस कवर करा, ए से लेके बी पाथ तक गई पहले वो, और बी से C तक. तो whatever distance we is from length A to B and from B to C, we will add and we will get the distance of the car. Now, displacement of the car. Second term हमने जो पढ़ा था वो था displacement of the car. Displacement मैंने आपको बताया था that displacement does not think about where the car has gone and from where it has come back. It only considered the final point and the starting point. So displacement of the car is final position minus initial position. Displacement does not consider in between points कि डिस्प्ले की बॉडी कहाँ कहाँ मूव करके गई थी. नो, बॉडी ने कहाँ से शुरू करा एंड कहाँ पर है फाइनली, फाइनल डेस्टिनेशन क्या है उसकी. दैट इज द मेन एजेंडा ऑफ द डिस्प्लेसमेंट. सो व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला फॉर डिस्प्लेसमेंट ऑफ द कार? फाइनल पॉइंट माइनस इनिशियल पॉइंट. द फाइनल पॉइंट क्या था हमारा? पॉइंट सी, एंड इनिशियल पॉइंट क्या है हमारा? पॉइंट ए. पॉइंट सी minus point A. This is called as the displacement of the car. I hope this is understood by all of you. Distance traveled by car was total distance, where the car has gone, where it has stopped, where it has come from, where it has come back to the next point. Every distance we will calculate. And if you want to calculate displacement of the car, then displacement is the only the final position and the initial position, where from where the car has started and from where it is currently placed. This is the displacement of the car, that is this one. Point C to point A is the displacement of the car. Now, few points which you need to remember, that distance or path length is always positive. Distance traveled by a body gives total length of the path of the motion. Fine, so it would always be positive. Second thing, displacement can be positive, negative or 0. How can it be positive, negative or 0? The positive and negative are very clear when you find the formula. And see how it can be 0, that when it comes back to its original, that is the initial position, then it becomes 0. Displacement does not give information about the path on which the body has traveled. Yes, and distance give information about the path on which the body has traveled, but displacement does not, because displacement is not considering the path the body has traveled. It only considers the initial and the final position. And SI unit of both distance and displacement is meter generally, but sometimes we practice as in centimeters and kilometers are also used, but most commonly both are SI unit is meter. Now I have planned a question for you. The question says, a boy walks 50 meter in north direction and from there he walks 30 meter in the west direction. I'm again repeating. Please take out a notebook and start solving the question. A boy walks 50 meter in north direction and from there he walks 30 meter in the west direction. Now he walks 50 meter distance in south direction. Find the distance traveled by the boy and the displacement. This is a homework question for you. The answer would be available in the first comment. Kindly solve the question first, because we have understood the distance, how to calculate distance also, and how to calculate displacement also. So kindly pause the video, solve the question quickly, and then check the answer in the first comment box. Thank you and have a nice day. Kindly like, share and subscribe the channel.